Today we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why you should move to Port St. Lucie. Now in this video, we're actually compiling all the reasons into 10, and it has more points than any other video you can find out there. So let's get started. Número uno, we are one of the safest cities in Florida. We are the safest city in Florida according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So that's a big deal. And not just 1 year, it's been 10 years. That's amazing. And then if you look at moneyinc.com, we are number 4 as the safest city in the US. So we must be safe, right? Número 2, we are affordable. Yes, so when you look at the housing market, our median sales price is below the national average and slightly below in Florida with a median sales price of $224,000. And we do have a range of different types of homes. So it really makes it comfortable for you to scope this area out, and you probably will find something you like. Now, when it comes to utilities, we're also below the Florida average. So there are different areas when it comes to the cost of living, and it's actually in the big areas that we are lower in, which is housing and utilities. Now, I do have in the description below a cost of living calculator for you to really check out what is the difference, how much do you really save and in which areas you save most at. If you are coming from like New York or California or Washington State, I can tell you right now, you're saving in all areas, in all categories. But if you are coming from like a southern state or even northern Florida, definitely check out the cost of living calculator in the description below. Número 3, we are centralized, and this is huge. You can still have big city fun just 2 hours away, an hour away, depending on where you go. So heading south, you can get to Miami in 2 hours, and they have the arena, the AAA, different concerts. You have the stadium, you have the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. So lots of things to do there. Head west, and we have Orlando, and Orlando is packed with theme parks. So take your pick. We have Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, lots of different things to do, and also the convention center there, and there's lots of different conferences and activities hosted. And then you go north, and we have our sister coastal towns. So maybe it's the Space Coast, and lately in 2020 they've been very active in sending rockets up in space. And one of the cool parts is we're so close that in Port St. Lucie, you can see the rocket launch from your house. I've seen them, and they're awesome. And you can keep going up, and there's other cities, whether it's St. Augustine or whatnot. So definitely an awesome location where you can just get to really fun places in Florida to explore. Número 4, we are family oriented. And heavily so. A lot of other areas on the Treasure Coast focus a lot on retirement, and we do have some, but this is definitely for growing families. We have year-round activities that everyone of all ages can enjoy. And so you're looking at river nights, or you're looking at the Christmas lights, or you're looking at bonfire hay rides. There's a lot that the city offers year long, a lot of wholesome family activities. Another way that you can tell that we're really family oriented, the number of playgrounds. We have over 30 of them, and there's some like neighborhood ones that the kids can just walk to or bike ride to, and then we have lots of big ones maybe near high schools and whatnot, and it's just a lot of options. So it gives you an idea that it's not so heavy in retirement here. It's more about growing families. Número 5, we have Clover Park. And so if you're from here, you know, if you're a baseball fan, you definitely know that the Mets, they come here for their spring training, and Clover Park, the stadium, is for them. And it's really cool. Do I need to say more? Número 6 are schools. Now, I am being honest here. It is not one of our best points. I am going to say that the school system here for, school age kids, we're talking about fair. Okay, I'm going to just say it's fair. It's in the middle. It's not the best and it's not the worst. Now, if you're coming from Broward or Miami-Dade, I can guarantee that the schools are better here. From experience. Now, there are some really great schools. We have all the typical programs, whether it's IB or gifted. We have some magnet schools. So all of that is available, and we actually do it by zones, color zones. And so check it out in the description. I do have it in the free document for you to check out the schools. And when it comes to universities, we have Indian River State College and we have Kaiser University as choices locally. Número 7, I've condensed it. Yes, there's 3 points, as you can see: beaches, parks and rec, and golf. So let's start with golf. Golf is life. Port St. Lucie holds the majority of the golf courses on the Treasure Coast. So you can choose from private and also public courses. When it comes to beaches, we have beautiful beaches. Most of Florida does, but we definitely have some. And they're not crowded. There's several different areas you can check out on Hutchinson Island. And there's free parking. When it comes to the Parks and Rec, the department here in Port St. Lucie, they do a fantastic job. They have lots of programs both for your physical and emotional well-being, and they really do think outside the box with different programs. So you do have the stereotypical things, whether it's Pee Wee sports or, fitness classes, and they have multiple locations, but they also have something as, needed, I guess, or preventative maybe, as an opioid awareness, and they even received an award for that program. So very thorough and balanced when it comes to the Parks and Rec here. Just really good. Número 8, I'm gonna categorize it as Florida, because anywhere in Florida you can kind of experience this one way or the other. The first will be the weather. We are the Sunshine State, and so we are recognized for heat. And one thing that's kind of weird is when I did my research was a few websites said that our average for Port St. Lucie temperature, you're looking at 74 degrees, and I kind of chuckled. I was like, yeah, right. No. When I calculated the average myself, we got pretty much 84 degrees, okay? Something like that. So it is hot here, and you please take into account humidity. I'm just being very honest with you. When it comes to Florida, you can experience this anywhere. We don't have state tax, so a little bit more money in your pocket. Número 9, I had to put these all together to make sure that we got to 10 points, and each one kind of plays off of each other. So let's start first with the health system. We have 3 different health systems that you can use, and when it comes down to it, they are #1 primary source of jobs in Port St. Lucie, and that leads us to job growth. We are consistent in having 1 to 3% of additional jobs each year. So we're not booming like a big city, but we're never in short supply. When it comes to then the infrastructure, the smart growth of the city, they did well. They did so well, the city officials, in kind of stopping and reevaluating, the direction of Port St. Lucie. Although we are the youngest city on the Treasure Coast, we are the fastest growing. And so they are planning properly for that growth, and you can see it in something as big as the Crosstown Parkway. Gorgeous. There's like a little park area where there's a walking trail. There's a gym set. So really convenient if you want to just walk that bridge. Super pretty to look at and see the river. So really nice planning. When it comes to traffic, for example, they're expanding roads, and they are also adding sidewalks. So smart planning. Now, with that said, we need to talk about traffic. It's all related in the infrastructure. And I can tell you by experience and by checking out my research that the average drive time in Port St. Lucie is 30 minutes. Okay, I can tell you that. And so that says a lot about the infrastructure. We are on our final point, number 10, número 10. Diversity. I am in shock on how so many people miss this point in their videos and their articles. It's a shame, really. We embrace diversity in so many ways, and you can tell primarily through restaurants. We have tons of restaurants, which is so nice. This is another big little city advantage where you can have your Indian, you can have your Greek, you can have your Colombian and Cuban. And so there's even Jamaican food. There's lots of choices, and I love having choices when it comes to food. We also have diversity in lifestyle. So when you look at the east side of Port St. Lucie, US 1 area versus St. Lucie West versus tradition, you can tell, there's just different ways to live in Port St. Lucie. And so you're not stuck in one particular way or another. We made it to the top 10 and it was quite comprehensive. I hope it helped you out in making a decision on whether or not you should move to Port St. Lucie. But if you want more information, remember I do have my free document in the description below with all the research that I did. It's all there for you for free. And so if you like this video, if it added any value to your search, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We post videos every week. And I hope you have a wonderful day. My name is Natalia Reinhardt, your host to the Treasure Coast, and I will see you around town.